Welcome back to the OHSU Effect, Inside Health and Science at OHSU. It's time to talk about hearing loss and what OHSU is doing to prevent it. With me now is Dr. Billy Martin, director of the OHSU Tinnitus Clinic and of Dangerous Decibels. Good morning.
Good morning.
So some of these stats that I read in preparation for this really surprised me. Like the World Health Organization says some school kids in North America may receive more noise at school than factory workers do in an 8-hour day. So, I mean, how concerned should we be about kids and hearing loss?
And it's not just some kids, it's most kids.
Wow.
Kids are noisy. I mean, we all were noisy. And if you go to any playground, it's noisy. And that's just one of the exposures. But we did a study looking at self-reported noise exposures of kids in Oregon, and we were surprised to find that 40% of our fourth graders have been around gunfire in the last year. And you can make a lot of noise on the playground, but firing a weapon is really loud, and even one gunshot's potentially dangerous.
So it sounds like kids are kind of at higher risk than maybe we were when we were kids.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I have hearing loss today. I wear hearing aids because I was a noisy kid. You know, we would go out and do target shooting. We'd ride go-karts and motorcycles. And, you know, later when we got the stereos and the big loudspeakers. So we didn't have iPods that we could wear 24 hours a day. But I think now we're starting to take a close look, and we're finding that there's a lot of kids. What amazes me in the 12 to 19-year-old age group, you know, just kind of junior high school, about 5 kids in every Oregon classroom have at least some hearing loss just due to noise exposure. And that's all preventable.
So noise exposure, I mean, just everyday stuff, though, right?
Every day, it depends on how loud and how long. So we look at things like 16% of the kids that we look at in that age group wear their personal music systems at levels that exceed all of the National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health safety levels every day of the week. So that's like working at a factory without hearing protection 7 days a week, no breaks, every day, and getting blasted. So that there's exposures all over. But it's not just that. It's sporting events, it's power tools and shop, it's music classes. We kind of, I think, lost track of quietness. And we're so surrounded by noise that it's just part of the way we live these days.
So do you think, could more kids need hearing devices, hearing aids? Is that what you're seeing too?
At the direction that we're headed, and it's still pretty early to tell, but the direction that we're headed, we're going to be looking at kids in their 30s with ears of 60-year-olds. It's going to advance the aging process dramatically because noise, sound, wipes out the high frequencies in our hearing, and it takes away sounds like S and SH and T and F. Those are lost, and so we need amplification, which is hearing aids, to bring those sounds back or get as close as we can. So we're headed in that direction.
Is any of it genetics, or is it all related to environment? Genetics
plays a very important role. In fact, there's some people that have tough ears that can endure more sound and louder sounds for longer periods of time, and other people that have fragile ears. So the numbers that we talk about usually is kind of the average, middle of the road. 85 decibels for 8 hours is the maximum recommended. If you go up just 3 decibels, if you go up to 88, that cuts the time from 8 hours down to 4 hours.
Well, give me an example of, you know, what 88 is.
88 would be probably a lawnmower at ear level, 88 to 90 in that range. A personal music system like an iPod set at 90% volume would be about 90. And power tools, skill saws, things like that, be closer to 100, 110.
Wow.
Motorcycles, about 100, 110. Rock concerts with good seats is 120. And by the time you get up that, you've limited your time to maybe 15 minutes
that you can listen.
Safe listening, yeah.
Safe listening, yeah. Well, tell me about the Dangerous Decibels program and Jolene.
Oh, Jolene. Jolene is amazing. The Dangerous Decibels program is the most fun thing I've ever been involved with in my life. And in 1999, our beloved Senator Mark Hatfield challenged a group of us to get together to work on hearing issues. He says, you have so many great people and resources in Portland that we need to address this. And so we teamed up with OMSI and the American Tinnitus Association, both of which are here in Portland, and the Portland VA National Center for Rehabilitative Auditory Research. And we formed Dangerous Decibels, which is a program to reduce noise-induced hearing loss and related tinnitus, which is ringing in the ears, huge problem, through educational outreach. And so it started, we built a museum exhibit, we built an online exhibit, we have a classroom program, we developed an educator training program, and one of our students developed Jolene. And Jolene is this provocative, very, I guess bizarre in her own way, but quiet mannequin that's equipped with a silicone rubber ear and a sound level meter. And she has blue hair and a leather jacket and a leather hat. She looks kind of wild. And you can set your personal listening system, your iPod, to whatever volume you listen to it, put it in Jolene's ear, and she'll tell you exactly how loud you're listening, very accurate, and how long you can listen to it safely. So Jolene's fun for kids because everybody wants to know how loud they're listening. She became so popular that the student Jenna Martin, got a grant from the National Hearing Conservation Association to write the Jolene Cookbook, which is a manual on how people can build their own Jolenes. And the cookbook is now in 48 states, 3 territories, and 27 different countries. So people all over the world are making Jolenes and sending us pictures of them. And it's just gone crazy. But it's a great way to prevent hearing loss.
Yeah. Are people surprised at what Jolene tells them?
Absolutely. Everybody, kids kind of know they're listening loud, but they're not sure when they reach that point to where it becomes dangerous. And so the kids really learn from it. We did a study that showed that 46% of the young people listening at dangerous levels were willing to change their volume just after one encounter with Jolene, which is, from a public health standpoint, is incredible.
About 10 seconds. How can people contact you if they want to meet Jolene?
Send email to DD, Dangerous Decibels, dd@ohsu.edu.
Great. Dr. Billy Martin, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
He's the director of the OHSU Tinnitus Clinic and of Dangerous Decibels. This is the OHSU Effect on FM News 101 KXL.